I'm gonna be sharing my family forever.
Oh my God.
My family will work up the courage to ask you to leave before Christmas morning.
You want to bed?
You're gone.
Or you're gone.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, whatever holiday that you're celebrating, or if it's just a regular day for you, just know that I am here to review Christmas movies. I love this time of the year. Today, I'm going to go ahead and actually review Xmas. It's a comedy romance Christmas movie that premiered in November of 2023. It has a runtime of 1 hour and 33 minutes, and it stars Leighton Meester as Allie and Robbie Amell as Graham. Now, the story that we have from IMDb is that Graham surprises his family at Christmas only to discover that his ex-fiancée is already celebrating the holiday with his family as he arrives. So you can already see the hijinks and all that kind of good stuff that they have planned out here. Now for me, again, Christmas movie, check. So I'm covered for that. Possible rom-com, unchecked, not usually my genre or whatever. Tiebreaker for me is that there seems to going to be some type of hyper-competitive aspect to this, kind of revenge plot or whatever, that can make the movie, instead of just being tolerable, make it funny. So I'm going to go ahead and actually call myself a main target audience member for this. That means that I have a perspective that I am the person that they're trying to target for this. The reason why you want to know the perspective of your viewers, you should always know that when you're going to actually make a judgment on how to spend your time. Now, I watch brand new movies on streaming platforms and things like that, especially the holiday ones, to go ahead and actually see if it's worth your time. I watch so you don't have to. Now, one of the things that I want you to go ahead and actually keep in mind as I go ahead and actually go through the review, I have 4 tiers of verdicts that I could go ahead and actually give this. I could go ahead and actually rate it as a must-watch, meaning that it could possibly be a holiday classic. 2, I could go ahead and actually put it on it. You should watch it this Christmas season. Not necessarily meaning that it's going to be a classic for you, but there may be some households that might go ahead and actually like to spend some time with the family on it. 3, I could go ahead and actually put it as a casual watch, meaning you put it on the background while you're baking cookies, wrapping gifts, or whatever. Not an intense watch, but something worth to throw on in the background. Or 4, it could go and actually be a skip it, meaning that you should go ahead and actually go sledding or do something else because this isn't worth your holiday time. So those are my verdicts. Go ahead and keep those in mind as you go ahead and actually hear me review everything. If you like how all this sounds, do me a favor, click like, share, subscribe. And now let me get into this review for you. So after watching the Xmas, I went ahead and actually compared this particular movie to kind of being like a Meet the Fockers with a Christmas theme. So that's kind of like the vibe that it gave for me, just to kind of give you that overall feel. So in the first act of the movie, I'm going to go ahead and actually say it was quick, concise. They got into introducing the main 2 characters for you, really kind of understand their personalities, all that kind of good stuff. One of the funniest scenes I thought was in the living room scene with Graham. At the very beginning, again, I don't want to do spoilers, but it was actually kind of a funny scene, kind of set the tone for the way that the personalities were going to be, and I liked it.
This is about Allie because
She ripped out my heart, stomped on it.
Oh, okay.
The initial meeting with the family was good, kind of see how they are and all that kind of good stuff, and it actually gave you really some good vibes as far as them cutting on people and all that kind of stuff in there. I like the way that the meeting of the family one actually took. And then the attempts of the parents to be cool and be hit lingo and stuff like that, that was actually kind of fun or whatever. So the first act was quick, concise. I'm not going to say that was anything groundbreaking, but it was fun to kind of get into. The second act of the movie, they really kind of paced everything very well because this is actually set up for about a week before Christmas hits, and you kind of feel each day as it goes along. So it's well paced, you kind of know where you're at in the film, all that kind of good stuff. The one thing that they did in the second act that I didn't really go ahead and actually vibe with, they introduced these 2 characters that weren't necessary. I understand where their plot points were and what their purpose was, but to me they were unnecessary and they kind of bogged down a little bit of that second half, or the second act of the movie. In the third act, we kind of close out the movie in a convincing way. Again, I don't do spoilers here, but I was satisfied with the ending, especially the very last scene of this movie really kind of is just very perfect, right? It hits right where it's supposed to be. So that's my kind of overall thoughts as I went ahead and actually watched the movie. Let me break down a little bit more of like the story, the acting, all that kind of good stuff. So like in the whole entire movie with the storyboarding, I really went ahead and actually kind of look at it as it's not a complex story, and there's definitely kind of like a beat by beat type of thing that we go ahead and actually hit in these types of holiday rom-com movies or what have you. What makes this a little bit different than similar types of movies is that it shows a blatant but realistic relationship flaws and perceptions that people can have within each other, within their relationships, and all that kind of good stuff. And I think it's a little bit deeper than the average rom-com type of deal, and it kind of gets a little bit below the surface, and I like that. One of the things in this story, though, that doesn't quite hit for me is the reason why these two became exes. They kind of explain it, but then they kind of don't. It's really vague, and it just doesn't seem to me like there was a good reason for that. And as a result, we kind of know where this movie's going to end up, because I'm just not really convinced that they ever really were supposed to be exes or anything like that. So that aspect of it, I think, was a little weak for me. And the laughs and a bit of drama that was there, it was well paced, especially for a Christmas film for me. I think they really went, they separated out enough for me to go ahead and actually feel that was realistic and entertaining and all that kind of good stuff. So the way that they set up the story, I'm going to go ahead and actually say I'm going to give story overall a B as a grade. In acting, I actually liked Robbie Amell in the role as Graham. His move from kind of down and out to revenge plot to self-awareness was pretty good. Leighton as Allie wasn't quite as good as Robbie, but I still felt that she fit the role well. Graham's parents were fun, especially Graham's mom. She was hilarious, cracked me up, but she also had some good heartfelt lines in there as well. The brother and sister were okay. Nothing great, nothing spectacular about them. There were some sappy or bad lines interwoven throughout the movie. Nothing ridiculous, but also some that you can get a little bit of eye rolling. But it's almost kind of par for the course for a non-big budget holiday movie. But if you go ahead and actually listen to some of the dialogue in regards to the relationship, when they get to the relationship aspect of things, actually there were some jewels that they dropped on you. So I'm going to go and actually give them some points for that too, as far as the dialogue aspect of things. One of the things that I will go ahead and actually say, and this is not necessarily acting, this is more about the casting. I think the casting director, whoever did this, really needs to be looked at. Because if I'm going to go and actually have those two as the parents, can you at least have some kids that look like they're offspring of the parents? I'm just saying, Robbie Amell kind of looks like he could be their son, but the younger siblings, nah. I don't know where they got this casting out. It just kind of bugged me throughout the entire movie. It's just weird. But in regards for acting, I'm going to go ahead and actually give acting a B for this movie as well. And now for the intangibles, other noteworthy things, all that kind of good stuff. The parents of naivety and attempts at being cool with slang were definitely things that made me chuckle. I won't give any spoilers away, but there was a couple times where you're just like, okay, dude, you can't, that's not what you think that phrase means. This is all crazy and all that kind of good stuff. It's weird. The Christmas vibe was very strong with this movie, but this could have actually been set at any time of the year and it would have been just as good, as long as it was just kind of like a vacation time, or it could have been a wedding that was about to be held or anything like that, and it had just been that awkward meeting or whatever. So it doesn't necessarily say that it was of the Christmas spirit type of thing, but it was still a family gathering, what have you, and things like that. I'm going to go and actually say the movie in and of itself kind of has a moderate rewatch that I could go and actually see a person want to go and actually watch this again, just to kind of catch a few of the different things, what have you. So those are kind of my general thoughts, reviews, and all that kind of stuff. Let me give you my verdict. I'm going to go ahead and actually say, for both mains and casuals, this is a must-watch for this particular Christmas season. It's not necessarily a classic, but it's that next level down where we're like, okay, we can have fun with this. Reason being, mains are going to love the blatant Christmas vibe, the family-friendly vibe, and then the various fun scenes throughout the movie. And for casuals, the story moves along at a good clip. It gives some good relationship feels, the production is entertaining, and it's one that leaves you smiling at the end of it. Now, no one's going to go and actually put this in a Christmas classic definition or anything like that, but it's definitely a movie that I could see popping up on some people's rotation as a good Christmas movie that are better than most Christmas rom-coms. So again, for my main and my casual Christmas viewers, I'm going to go and actually say add it to your playlist to watch this Christmas season. And that's what I have for Exmas on Freevee. Check it out.
Something for you right here, Graham.
Ooh, hope it's not another act.
You stayed for the entire review. I appreciate you. If you want to go ahead and actually put a little bit of something in stocking, give me a like. If you want to go ahead and actually really give me a nice gift, go ahead and actually subscribe. And if you want to go and actually do the gift that keeps on giving, you should go ahead and actually watch video, all that kind of good stuff. But I hope you have a safe and happy holiday, and check out my channel for more holiday reviews. I'll holla at you.